Good evening, everyone. My name's Fred Lanosa. I just wanted to take the next few minutes and go over the PointsLife business model. We call this a business briefing, and we do this every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Since we record these, there is a link that is provided for the replay. And for those that cannot make it at this particular time, it's certainly not a problem because the person that had invited you here would be able to send you that link. And I will promise you that you will have questions. When you see this, it will invoke some questions because I don't possibly have the time to answer everything that you would want to know in particular. And that's the reason why you get back with the sales executive and the representative that invited you onto the meeting tonight. So with that being said, let me go over quickly what we are going to be going over. Number one, I'm going to cover the industry. The vacation industry, as well as the timeshare industry, because it has changed dramatically. I'll discuss our company and the inventory that we sell and of course, how we get it. The virtual agent is a model that I will highlight tonight, and that is really a way that you could get involved with us because tonight is about the business model more so than the product. On Monday evenings, we do the product. Tonight, it's focused more or less on how you can make money selling points working with our organization. We'll also discuss briefly how we market and how we sell online and how we get leads. And then, of course, we'll end up with just a brief overview of the compensation, getting paid. What do you earn with this type of a business model? And we'll give you some brief instructions on how to get started. So let's jump right into it. Let's talk about the timeshare industry unto itself. First of all, it has changed. It's dramatically changed. It's really evolved into a points industry. And really what I'm saying by that is that most of the major brands, as well as a lot of the smaller brands, do not sell the old traditional timeshare weeks. They sell what is known as vacation points. And points are vacation currency, which offer you a lot more flexibility, a lot more things that you can do. It gives you a lot of versatility. There's many, many ways to use points in addition to just using cash. You could combine them, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Now, in addition to it evolving into a points industry, the industry itself has become divided. And it's fragmented into a retail market, a resale market, and what we call a fire sale market. Fire sale is really, without question, the absolute best value, bar none, head and shoulders above even resale. So that is where our organization is focused. We specialize in fire sale products, meaning foreclosed, abandoned, or distressed timeshares, and we do something very special with that, and we put it back into the marketplace. The industry started 50, 60 years ago and it created a retail market, and that retail market was really the developers who got into real estate, and that generation they sold to, which is my generation, were called the baby boomers. It was really a perfect way for middle-class America or to afford vacations that only the affluent could afford. And we were also a generation that loved to own. We liked to buy things. We wanted to own things. And so that generation rallied behind a deed. And so timeshares started out as a use product and it evolved into a deeded product. And really its claim to fame was the fact that it had what we call legacy value. Legacy value is the right to buy it, keep it, use it, own it, and then will it to your family down the road when you are done using it. What has happened and what nobody predicted over that 30 and 40-year span is that our children, the baby boomers' children today, are adults, and they make up today's economy, which are made up of millennials, Gen X, and Gen Z, and those are the years that our children were born within. What's interesting about that is that their value systems and how they shop and how they entertain is very different than what we used to do. And so therefore, mom and dad's hopes of willing this product which started the timeshare industry, over to our children has come with some resistance. And let me explain why. Today, our children are minimalists for the most part. I won't say absolutely everybody, but if you were to quantify the industry, they're computer savvy, they gather online, they're entertained by platforms like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And it's what we call an e-commerce society. Certainly Amazon has proven that. We do a lot of online banking today, and a good portion of our online purchases were purchases we used to do in a shopping center or a mall. Now a lot of that stuff you could do at the click of a mouse. And so the motivations were very different. As a result of that, when mom and dad wanted to will their timeshare over to this generation, they didn't look at it as inheriting a vacation. They looked at it like inheriting a maintenance fee. And they weren't that excited about that. And in fact, was, sorry, mom, you could keep your timeshare or do whatever you want with it, but we're going to use things like Airbnb and things of that nature. And so that was something that was unexpected and created a kind of a backlash. In addition to that, there's a few things that have happened along the way. Most of the baby boomers today are retired and, living on either a fixed income, many of them. Many cannot travel as much as they used to, nor maybe do they want to. Health may be a factor where they cannot. And then they're forced to try to dispose of this product or timeshare. And quite frankly, it's a very special niche. It requires certain skill sets, and most of them don't know how to do it. And so they become frustrated because what is really happening is that they're responsible for these maintenance fees. And the maintenance fee is really the number one driver on why people walk away from them. They no longer want them because they can't justify the use, and the maintenance fees keep getting higher and higher. Now, if you take all of that and you put it together, and then you add the pandemic a few years back, which actually closed down the travel industry for 3 months in a row. And that meant you couldn't use your timeshare even if you wanted to. In fact, they closed the airports, the restaurants, the beaches, the churches, everything was closed down. The world stopped. And it was really a permission slip for those that were on the fence with owning their timeshares. It was really a way for them to justify and say, take it back. You could have it. I don't care what you do with it. And that created a perfect storm. And it also created another industry, probably the fastest growing industry, and it's called the exit companies. And I am very confident that you have seen, or if not seen, at least been called by many of these companies that are trying to get people to give up their timeshare, cancel their timeshare, walk away from their timeshare. I was reading about one company in particular that is responsible for over 16,000 timeshares being given back to the resort. And that's kind of regrettable because at one point everybody enjoyed this stuff. But this was the bandwagon that everybody was jumping on. And when I looked at this was several years ago, I actually felt that wherever there's a loss, there's a gain somewhere else. We're in a defined market. And so I started to research it. We wrote a book on it, a short read, which is called The Vacation Timeshare Fire Sale. And that is what caused what I call the depressed market or the fire sale market. And this book, which you can get, simply request it via email or get back with your rep. It is really a deep dive into what I am talking about because this creates tremendous opportunity. It's an insider look at the timeshare's biggest market correction and inventory liquidation and consumer opportunity in over 50 years. And so many timeshare resorts today are taking back their vacation timeshares in record numbers, creating the largest surplus of HOA-owned inventory. HOA means homeowner association. That means the resorts have a governing body that actually inherit these back. They take them back, and they really don't know how to sell them because they don't have marketing budgets. They don't have sales teams. These are resorts that were long sold out many years ago. And so it created a surplus and a groundswell. And there was really no way to liquidate this stuff until most recently. And when we look at what the resorts, this is kind of a representation of what the HOAs are experiencing. Not all of them, but a good percentage of them, where they have this surplus of inventory that is what I call non-performing. Now, I don't know what you see when you see this slide, but I can tell you what I see. I see opportunity, because every one of these folders represents an asset that someone may have paid 20, 30, 40, 50,000, as much as $100,000 for it, and they simply handed it back. Folks, you're going to see the largest exchange of wealth probably in our lifetime when it comes to the vacation industry. And that's why I want you to pay particular attention, not to the obvious, but to the not so obvious. And that is what our company is centered around. It's around opportunity. And basically what we do is we acquire these assets from the resorts directly. We then reprocess them, our company PointsLife, we rebundle them, and then we sell consumer direct. And basically we are a clearinghouse. And we repackage this stuff that was very, very expensive at one time, and we sell it for 99 cents a point. And we're talking about a product that may have sold for $15 to $25 a point in its day. We have taken it, reprocessed it, rebundled it, made it more affordable, eliminated the maintenance fees altogether, and we're selling it for 99 cents a point. And that is unheard of. That is why we have taken this story to the internet, because we could get the story out there quicker. You don't need to go to a resort. You don't need to go to a hotel seminar to find out about it. We're not doing direct mail. We do not cold call. Really, the only way you could find out about this stuff is if you attend our webinars, because there are so many of you that don't know about it and so few of us who do. And so we had to take this way, and this is the way we have chosen to do it. In addition to that, it's really one of the things that has contributed to us being able to keep the price point so low. We don't have anywhere near the marketing expenses that a traditional sales and marketing company experiences. You know, if you're doing blanket direct mail and print media and TV ads and all this other kind of stuff, well, someone has to pay for that. And so by us going directly to the internet, our overhead is very minimal. And so we could pass those savings on to you. And that is our preference. That is our preference. So we encourage you to take advantage of this, and we encourage you to share this with your friends. We certainly have enough professional salespeople that know the story, that know how to bring this to you. And so we would encourage you to get with them. Now, who does the fulfillment, or where are we getting this product? Well, RCI is our fulfillment network. RCI is the largest vacation exchange and timeshare network in the world. There's nobody bigger. They've been around a long time. They're actually going into their 50th year in business. They have 4,300 resorts. They're in now 110 countries, and they have over 4 million members with a little over a 90% retention rate. Retention means someone buys into this concept. Someone buys into this exchange program. Someone buys into the points system, and they stay. It's proven. They love it. It's easy to use. They can get what they want for the most part. And because of that, we retain 9 out of 10 clients. They keep staying with the program, and that should be testament enough. So I'm very, very honored to be part of RCI's network. We're the ones that handle the foreclosed, distressed, and abandoned timeshares. And we assert our special ingredient to it to get it out there with no maintenance fees, below $1 a point. That's what we do. So RCI is very, very recognized. They're certainly respected. They are an industry icon, and they are recommended. You do not amass 4 million members unless they are recommended. So these are some of the brands, not all of the brands, but some of the more recognizable resort and hotel brands that our points system will get you into. When you purchase points through us, it's almost like buying a master key to all of these different companies. So you're not buying into one. That's the old timeshare method. What you're buying into is really the collective directory of all resorts that are part of our network. And there's some there that are extremely well known. For example, Hilton. I'm sure you've heard of Hilton or Hard Rock Cafes, Holiday Inns, the Wyndhams, Manhattan Club, Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. There's all these places, and your RCI points will take you to all of them. And that's why we are honored to be part of this, because this is something that is proven. This is something that exists. This is something that has millions of members, and 9 out of 10 of them are thrilled to be part of it. Our company, PointsLife, came in at the right time. We showed up with a business model that was very appealing to RCI because they seen that people were walking away from their timeshares because of all the reasons I shared with you in the prior slides. And so we are, as an organization, perfectly positioned to take the bull right by the horns and get that out there. So anybody that is looking for a ground floor opportunity, this is your lucky day because this is ground floor, and really no one has heard of this. Whenever we bring this product to light and we show people what they can get, they are astounded. It is not a hard sell. It's a smart sell. Anybody that wants to save money, wants to stay at the better quality resorts and have better quality accommodations at the cheapest possible prices are much better served purchasing points. Now, I will say this, you could walk through the front door of any resort that sells a similar product and you will pay $15 to $25 a point, and you will do a 90 to 3 hour presentation. You'll probably get some gift premium for it. I don't recommend that you do not do that. I just think this is a better way. It's much quicker, it's faster. You don't have to endure a 3 hour presentation, and you will pay about 10 cents on the dollar, and you also will not have a maintenance fee, and it's essentially the same product. So this is by far the better way to do it. This whole vision of PointsLife started for me personally as a book that I wrote in 2019, which you could also get through your rep. And this book was written as an educational piece because there was a lot of misconceptions about points. There was misunderstanding about points, and there was also misrepresentation about points. You know, people didn't know what to believe. And so I just figured through research and through testimonials and through doing over 5,000 presentations myself personally, you gather a lot of data, you gather a lot of insight, and you're able to address the concerns of the consumer. And I put all of those concerns in a book, and it answers most of the questions people have about points. It explains what they are, how they work. It gives you examples of points vacations. And lo and behold, to my surprise, when we put it out on Amazon, I was going to sell the book, and if it sold, it sold. And then I decided to hire a marketing firm to help me get it out there because I was working full time with another organization, which kept me pretty busy. And that marketing firm went crazy over the book, got me on Channel 3. I was on Channel 4. I was on TV. I was on national podcasts. And the book skyrocketed to the #1 position, not only in the United States, but in 3 other countries, and not only in one travel category, in 9 different travel categories. I was more excited about realizing that there was a whole market out there that had an appetite to learn about points. A lot of people will never, ever go to a timeshare presentation simply because of the way it is sold. They don't want to be subjected to pressure. They don't want to be forced to make a decision at the end of 90 minutes, yet they might be interested. And so this is for those people that are really interested and want the facts. They want to know how it works. And we just bring it to you in the form of educational products, webinars, and very competent, highly skilled, what I call points consultants or points coaches. They could walk you through just about any scenario you could ask them. And so that is our way we market. And this here is Kevin Harrington. If you don't know who he is, he's the original shark on Shark Tank. And he was able to take a look at our business, and he felt that it was right on point, and it was really a great way for us to market and for us to bring a new product into the marketplace, because it was very consumer centric. It was built for the consumer. And that's Kevin right there with Shark Tank. So he's the original shark in Shark Tank. How we get leads? It's the book. In a nutshell, it's the book. I mean, we just started marketing the book, and as people were buying the book, we started calling them back and explaining that you work for the author and for the publishing company, and now we have our own sales network. And so this is actually me. That is a very typical Saturday for me. This is going back 3-4 years ago, where I was actually doing everything. I was making the sales, calling the people back, and actually mailing the books. And I knew there had to be a better way. I started marketing the book online, and people started downloading the book like crazy. And I knew that I had stumbled into a market that needed to be tapped into. And that is really the genesis of our business model. We are a virtual company. The book turned into a company idea that became scalable. And then I started to ask myself some really pointed questions like, how could I move large quantities of RCI points quickly? And the answer was very simple, was to set people up in their own independent RCI points businesses so that you would look big, but you could operate small. You could control your own hours. You could work it as hard as you want or as little as you want or need. If you're overly ambitious, you could become very successful with this. You could build a big organization virtually. And we provide the tools, the technology, lead generation systems, big name branding. I've shown you some very big, the biggest names in the industry are affiliated with us. We do all the training. We even help you with getting the word out through these weekly webinars. And we do them on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a points demonstration. And then on Tuesday nights, we explain the business model, which is what you're going through tonight. So it's set up somewhat like a franchise, but without the big expense of a franchise. We created this virtual business model to tap into this $800 billion online industry. And so there are certain tools you need to do that. And we have platforms to do this. When you join us, there are 4 platforms that are all in one platform. And I broke it out so that I could explain to you just how powerful this business model is. Number 1 is you will get what's called a back office. A back office is really just kind of an industry term for an online dashboard. And you could track your personal production, your team sales. Well, what team? Well, you get to build teams if you so choose. If you want to work as a sole proprietor and work for 3 people, me, myself, and I, have at it. You don't have to ever build a team. I don't want to give you that impression. A lot of people confuse this and they say, oh, this is like one of those network marketing things. And it is not that. We are a clearinghouse. We sell distressed vacation properties, and we happen to use an affiliate program which allows you to expand your marketing reach through hiring other people. And we have to have a way to track all of that so you don't have to. So we do all the processing. We do all the tracking. We pay all the commissions. We give out all the 1099s at the end of the year. Inside that back office, you are able to track your own individual volume. And if you were to bring some people into your group, we could also, and so can you, track their volume. They get the exact same system that you do. So that is only one of 4 systems. The second system is a sales and marketing system. That is called a CRM, which stands for like a customer relations management system. And basically it allows you to generate leads, and it also allows you to manage those leads and manage your sales. And you can do all of this online. We have a lot of preloaded lead generation campaigns in that system so that you don't have to learn all the technology. I am not trying to turn anybody into a technological guru. You do not get paid to do that. What we want to do is making this story get out to the masses as easily and as quickly as possible. And therefore, we use technology to do that. I have some really talented people that are in the background that will help you get this word out through the use of your PointsLife CRM system, which is part of it. The third one is PLI, PointsLife International Academy. We record everything we talk about. We have courses. We have a training program called Boot Camp. We have sales and technology one-day events, which are workshops. So we try to distribute the training in small dosages because they're in it for the long distance. You're not in it for the short distance. So you don't need to know everything in order to make money. So that training is there 24/7 and it's parked in your back office. So anything that you would need help on, how to process paperwork, how to do the presentation, all of those things are recorded and they are archived in the PLI Academy, which is an online school, for lack of a better term. The last one is called PointsLife International e-wallet system. This is how we pay you. So we pay you through direct deposit. We process your sales. So the process is very simple. You know, you can invite people onto webinars. They're going to have some questions. Usually they do. Your job's to call them back and get those questions answered. And hopefully they will want to take the next step and move forward, whether it means they are going to buy a points package or they're going to buy a business package, because that's all we sell. We sell points packages and business packages. And sometimes we sell them both at the same time. So you get paid on that. And I'm going to discuss at the end of this how much you get paid. But the closing takes anywhere from 3 weeks to 4 weeks to close. So if you were to get in tonight, start getting trained tomorrow, and start attending webinars and inviting people within the same calendar week, we could have you get paid within 30 days. You could start getting paid within 30 days. And we do it through direct deposit. We have our own credit card system, and it's a Visa card. And so we deposit that right on the card, and you can go to the bank and you could use that and pull the money out in direct deposit. Or you also get an online business account where you could actually forward where you'd like the funds to go. They could deposit them into your Wells Fargo, your TD Bank, your Bank of America, whatever bank you use. You could also just forward it out. That's up to you. How we sell remotely is exactly what you're experiencing right now. There's 4 steps: invite, present, break away for frequently asked questions, and then submit the sale. So let me go through each one of these steps quickly. Number 1, invite. Your job's to just really contact people through influence, people that you might influence, people that are friends, family, lead generation, giving the book away, people that download the book. You'll never run out of leads. As long as people want a vacation, you'll always have a client, because people like the vacation. If you lined up 100 people, 99 of them will want to go on a vacation at least once a year. All 99 would be a candidate for you to talk to. And if you gave them a free book to kind of be preemptive on what it is you're going to talk about, it just makes you that much more valuable to them, because you really have taken the position of consulting and not selling. So we like to educate our clients because we want clients for life. So your job is to just invite at this stage of the game. Just invite people. Become a professional inviter. We'll take it from there. We will do the presenting, which is what I'm doing tonight. We also are training other presenters. We also are training bilingual presenters. So as we grow and as we evolve, there'll be more presentations and more types of presenters, which is very good for you and your client base. And so we use this means like a Zoom call or an online webinar to get the message out. So it's invite, present. A breakaway session is the meeting after the meeting. When a person attends something like this, they're going to have questions because I can't answer everything individually. And so we encourage our guests to write the questions down and get back with the person. And that is called a breakaway session. So it's really up to your rep to reach out to you if you're on this webinar tonight and set up a time, kind of a strategy call, so that you can get your questions answered. And if you see a fit, man, just go with it. Just join us and watch what happens. And once there is a sale made, there's some very simple paperwork that we do, and that people can enroll right on your website. And what do I mean by that? Everybody gets an enrollment website. That's your own personal website where you could send your prospects to either buy the points or enroll into the program. They'll do it right at your website. So people actually enroll themselves. We're a paperless company. We do use DocuSign and we do online enrollments. So it's very quick, it's very seamless. So those are the 4 steps: invite, present, call them back, breakaway session, submit the sale. Repeat, rinse, recycle until rich. Just keep going over and over and over again. And that's all you really need to do. Now, that's our 4-step marketing system. We also have, for those that want to do even more deeper dive into our business model, you can go to pointslife.biz. That is our corporate website for the business. It's a B2B, business to business website. It's not B2C. Our B2C website, which is our consumer website, would actually be your travel portal. That's where you would find the vacations, book the trips, where we deposit the points, all those kinds of things. So you get multiple websites when you join our organization. Tonight is about the business. So this is the business website. And I won't go to the website, but I'll talk about what's in it. All of our business packages are hosted there, so you could read about them. I'm going to touch the base tonight. Our lead programs, our training programs, our products, our events calendar, and a way to join. And if you have any questions, we have online support. So all of those things are at that website. Let's talk about the compensation plan. We're coming to the end of the presentation. We have what is called a compound compensation plan. What I mean by that is that you get paid more than one way. Can you only elect to sell the product? The answer to that is yes. And I have reps that would only want to sell the product. And that's fine. That's fine. You could do that. But there's 4 ways that you get paid with us if you're the type of person that likes to maximize the compensation. I know I am. I know if there's multiple ways to make money, I want to know all the ways because I'm going to learn them all. So I'm going to show you. Number 1 is personal production. The second way is team sales overrides, meaning you actually get a percentage of everybody that you bring in who also sell. You will also earn residual income. Residual income is also known as mailbox money. We actually pay you a residual for expanding your team, because if you expand your team, you expand our team. And so we revenue share in that. And then we have leadership bonuses, which are called rank advancement bonuses. Ranks mean that there is higher executive levels that you could achieve through leadership. So if you're the type of person that likes to help people, likes to inspire people, likes to assist people, likes to lift people and help them to become better, that rank advancement bonus is absolutely perfect for that type of individual. In terms of starting positions, we have 3 ways to start. Number 1, a points promoter, which is an entry-level position. Virtual agent, which is a better position because you get to build more teams and you get percentages. And then a points partner, which is our ultimate value. Points partner, I always try to encourage everybody to go directly to the top. Normally, when you join organizations like ours, you cannot start at the top. You start at the bottom and you have to earn your way to the top. We allow people to come in right at the top. And so they could build from day one, maximizing out the commissions. And why the points partner is one I am most partial to is because you also get 10,000 points, RCI points for life, meaning you actually become a product of the product. You could go on vacations with your own business. Some of that stuff becomes a write-off because of what you do. In fact, we encourage people to take more than 1 vacation a year and take pictures while you're there so that you can become influential and show people that you are living, breathing testimonial of what you sell. That's why I do that. You also get paid the highest commissions in the industry. We give our members a platinum RCI membership, which is the absolute highest membership you could get, and you get those extra bonuses. So let's talk for a moment about personal production. When you sell remotely, you have the ability to present one-on-one or you could present one to many. So the same presentation could actually be used on 4 or 5 or 500 people. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of using webinars. So our points are 99 cents a point, actually 99.9 to be exact, but 99 cents a point. We sell in packages of 10,000 points. So our points packages are about $10,000 or a little under that. You will earn 25% on that. Well, 25% of 10,000 is 2,500. If you were to make one sale per week, you're talking about $10,000 a month just in the personal production category. And by the way, if you have ever worked or spoken to anybody that has worked for other similar types of companies, this is the only way they could make money. They could only direct sell. They cannot participate in any of the other ways unless they're in management. And if they're in management, they're not selling, they're only managing. We have combined things so that you're inspired to take a leadership role. 2 sales per week, you're talking about $5,000 a week. That could change your life. 1 sale a week could change your life. That's a lot of money. What's really great about selling it the way we sell it is that you could sharpen your axe and you could become extremely effective when you talk to people, because we'll train you how to do it. You basically know all of the concerns that someone would have, and you're taught and you're trained how to answer those questions intelligently and with empathy, and that people will understand it. I also premise everything by letting people know that points are not for everybody. I happen to think everybody should take a vacation, but some people choose to just pay more money and use their money. And if that's the case, then God bless you as long as you go. But I like what we do because we could get people more vacations for less money and they could stay at the better places. So this is the personal production. Residual income is really simple. Every person that you bring in that becomes a points partner, you will make $25 per member per month on that person. And there's no limits to that. And if you know someone, since they have the same capability you do, that means that you could actually plant a seed in another area that you're not marketing in. Like my son, Michael, lives in Connecticut. I'm in Florida right now. I enrolled my son, Michael, who lives in Connecticut, and he's starting a team in Connecticut. Now, I will earn an override on his efforts. He will make the bigger money, and I will make a 5% override. I will make $25 per month on Michael's membership because I recruited Michael. So that's another way to just make money, is just sharing the story. And you could actually start teams all over the country. We are a national and international company. So you could start teams in other countries. You could start teams in other states. I can tell you that in Las Vegas alone and Orlando are probably the 2 biggest meccas for timeshare salespeople. You could enroll one person there and end up with 100 people there simply because they were the taproot into that area. So don't minimize the power of this. And again, I'm not prophesizing to you that you have to do this, but you get to do this. And this is a real big income earner. The 3 levels to get in are points promoter. Points promoter is an entry level position. The cost is $199 for the whole year. And basically, you will get to build one team underneath you. Anytime something is sold, whether it be a points package or a business package, you would make $200. If anybody on your team sold something, you would make $100 on their efforts. So you could get your money back on one sale. One sale, you're even. And now you're playing with house money. We created that because we didn't want anybody to be blocked from coming into the company. So that's a low-cost way to come in. Virtual agent is a terrific position because you're on a percentage and you get to build 2 teams. So you start at 25%. And if you build a blue team, which I'll call them your children, you're making 5% on everything they do. There's no limits. And the green team, you would also get 2%. So everybody that you recruit or bring in, you would get 5% on every sale they make. And everybody that they bring in, you would get 2% on everything they make. That means that you're making 7% on all the sales that you personally do not make. Think about that. You're making 7% on all the sales that you don't personally make. And that could spider out nationwide. That's why this is something that I spend a minute or two on. This is $19.99 for the business package because we have some setups to do. And it's $199 for the business module because this business module is tracking your team. It has 4 components to it. We're issuing 1099s. We pay all of the commissions, et cetera, et cetera. By the way, if you were to go back one slide and you were to put 8 people into your group, whether you did it all in 1 week or it took you a month or it took you a year, it doesn't matter. By your 8th person, you have a 0 premium business because 25 times 8 is $200 a month you're making on residuals. You just paid for your business. You have a 0 premium business that could do nothing but make you money. Nothing but make you money. So that is called virtual agent. You get to build 2 teams. Points partner is the highest level. It is $69.99 and it is $199 a month. That is for the business component. We have to tie in the business module into that. And this you will make up to 29% on personal production, and you get to build a 3rd team. So you would get 5% on everybody that you brought in. You would get 2% on everybody that your blue team brought in, and you would get 1% on everything that your green team brought in. So I'm simple. I like colors. That's 8% on all of those people on sales that you didn't make. And so there's a lot of passive income here, a lot of passive income. We're selling vacations. We're selling them at bargain basement prices. We eliminated the maintenance fee. So those are the 3 levels. When you develop some skill sets in this, and you have to give yourself some time, it takes time to learn this. This business model took me 6 years to create, and you're learning it or learning about it in less than an hour. So I don't expect you to, learn this. I just expect you to see if you see a fit for yourself. And we'll get you there. Just give yourself time. These are the upper tier positions, the ranked positions, and this is really a blueprint to build a 7-figure RCI business from home without any brick and mortar, without any employees, without any overhead. You would start at the points partner level. So really, the great income producing opportunities start at the points partner level. That's where you'll get the highest commissions in the industry, monthly residual income, team sales overrides, leadership rank bonuses. And as you get bigger, there's another commission I'll talk about, but not tonight. When you get 5 points partners in your group, you will get promoted to a team leader. A team leader has themselves plus 5 other people just like them. And so you have a group of 6 people. Every time that you would enroll a points partner from that point forward, you would make $26.50. And anytime any of your group enroll a points partner, you will make $600. So it doesn't take long for you to get to a leadership position, and now you start to make money, real money, because you're now making it off the efforts of other people. When you get 5 team leaders, that's this person here. When you get to the level where you have 5 of them, you will have 25 partners in your group. You get another raise. You will make $27.25 on every points partner you enroll, and you will make $725 on everybody else's enrollments. Now, let's just stop there for a minute. Imagine having 25 people that all own the points. They're all trained, and they're all out there doing what you're doing. Imagine if only 10 of the 25, that meant 15 didn't do anything. If only 10 of them sold one thing that month, you would get 10 times $725. And since I'm the one speaking, that is $7,250 override check that you would get on sales that you did not make. But it doesn't stop there, because obviously once this gets building, you can't stop it even if you wanted to, because you cannot measure nor can you hinder the motivation of somebody else. You don't know how motivated somebody else is. And so When you get 4 team directors, and this might take a year and a half, 2 years, who cares? Whatever it takes, it takes. When you get 4 team directors under your belt, you have no less than 100 people because you have 4 people with a minimum of 25 underneath them. That's why we had to build this and layer it and be able to track it. And that's why there's 4 platforms. So all of this is connected electronically. You don't have to measure any of this. We do it all for you, all at the click of a button. It just figures it out instantly. But when at the regional director level, you'll have 100 people. You get another raise. Every time you enroll a partner, you will get $2,775. But anytime anybody else does, you'll get $775. Now, that's when it gets incredible. You would have 100 people. Let's say 25% of your group, just 25% enrolled one person that month. That would be 25 times 775. And I would deposit $19,375 into your account just on overrides. It has nothing to do with your personal production. It has nothing to do with anything that you did. This is on the work that everybody else did. That's why I want to impress upon you that this is a model that scales. The top of our food chain at this point in time is a regional vice president. A regional vice president will have 3 RDs, 3 regional directors underneath them. By this time, you have about 300 people in your group. That is not a lot of people when you really think about the size of the market that we're going after. You will get another raise for every person that you bring in. You'll get $2,790, and every person that they bring in, you will get $790. Can you imagine for a minute? Just think of how skilled you will become by that time. This is like me teaching you how to swing a baseball bat. And every time you get up to bat, you hit a grand slam. There's no bunts and there's no triples and there's no strike. Every time you swing the bat, it's a grand slam home run. 4 people score. That's why you want to get to the upper tiers as quickly as you can. But if you were to take 300 people in your group and 100 of them, which are highly motivated. Remember, you're going to have regional directors and team leaders and team directors underneath you. These are leaders under you. If you have 300 minimum, if 100 of them sold one thing that month, that would be 100 times $790. That is $79,000. That would be your override at the RVP level. So I know it seems crazy, but numbers do not lie. It's a scalable model. The definition of a big company, and I've owned 4 big companies in my life that were national. The definition of a big company is a group of small companies snapped together. That's all it is. And a unified, centralized ways to manage it. We have launched this type of company from day one. We have launched a company that will propel people into bigness if they so elect to do it. If you want to stay selling 1 points package per week and say, listen, I'm not interested in talking to people or recruiting people or whatever, not a problem. You may want to refer your people to somebody else and let them split the revenue with you, the ones that are willing to do the work. But at any rate, this is the hierarchy and this is what's ahead of you. So how do you get started? How do we start the journey? First of all, decide, yes, is this for me? Do I like the idea of selling vacations? Do I like the idea of working from home? Do I like the idea of calling my own shots? Do I like the idea of controlling my own business? And if the answer is yes, you need to select, well, where am I going to start? Am I going to start as a points promoter? Am I going to start as a virtual agent, or am I going to start at the top as a points partner? The second thing would be to enroll yourself online at your sponsor's website. Once you decide that, and I would encourage you to get back to the person that invited you, go over some of the details to this, and then get yourself enrolled into one of those positions. The third thing, once you get enrolled, there is an upcoming training boot camp. A boot camp is kind of an intense way to get a big dosage. It's like total immersion. It's 2 days. We just started them this year. Uh, I would get enrolled in the next one. We do them every month. We have one scheduled in February. And I would ask your rep to get you enrolled in that. We will immediately get you set up with a demo account for the points so that you could go in there and peruse around and play around with the website so you understand just how powerful it is and all of the different ways. I also suggest that you attend one of our points webinars or request from your sponsor for them to send you a replay of one so that you could learn them. And then, of course, you could start attending our live webinars, which are every single week. Folks, we could have you up and running if you're a quick decision maker within 48 hours. That is totally up to you. And we also have orientation meetings. We will send you some collateral materials about RCI so that you understand about the product. We do have product training. So let's build something great together. Let's build something great together. This has been my treat, my pleasure, my honor to be with you tonight. I hope that you've seen something for yourself. I do not open this up to questions. I save that part for a breakaway meeting so that I would encourage you to get with the rep that invited you and ask them the tough stuff. They'll be more than happy to help you. I'm Fred Lanosa. Good night and God bless.
Good night.
This has been my treat, my pleasure, my honor to be with you tonight. I hope that you've seen something for yourself. I do not open this up to questions. I save that part for a breakaway meeting so that I would encourage you to get with the rep that invited you and ask them the tough stuff. They'll be more than happy to help you. I'm Fred Lanosa. Good night and God bless.
Good night.
In fact, we have a marketing training this Friday in Port St. Lucie. If you're close by, you're invited. You can get that information from your sponsor as well. So let's build something great together. Let's build something great together. This has been my treat, my pleasure, my honor to be with you tonight. I hope that you've seen something for yourself. I do not open this up to questions. I save that part for a breakaway meeting so that I would encourage you to get with the rep that invited you and ask them the tough stuff. They'll be more than happy to help you. I'm Fred Lanosa. Good night and God bless.
Good night.
Marketing training this Friday in Port St. Lucie. If you're close by, you're invited. You can get that information from your sponsor as well. So let's build something great together. Let's build something great together. This has been my treat, my pleasure, my honor to be with you tonight. I hope that you've seen something for yourself. I do not open this up to questions. I save that part for a breakaway meeting so that I would encourage you to get with the rep that invited you and ask them the tough stuff. They'll be more than happy to help you. I'm Fred Lanosa. Good night and God bless.
Good night.
You're close by, you're invited. You can get that information from your sponsor as well. So let's build something great together. Let's build something great together. This has been my treat, my pleasure, my honor to be with you tonight. I hope that you've seen something for yourself. I do not open this up to questions. I save that part for a breakaway meeting so that I would encourage you to get with the rep that invited you and ask them the tough stuff. They'll be more than happy to help you. I'm Fred Lanosa. Good night and God bless.
Good night.
You're invited. You can get that information from your sponsor as well. So let's build something great together. Let's build something great together. This has been my treat, my pleasure, my honor to be with you tonight. I hope that you've seen something for yourself. I do not open this up to questions. I save that part for a breakaway meeting so that I would encourage you to get with the rep that invited you and ask them the tough stuff. They'll be more than happy to help you. I'm Fred Lanosa. Good night and God bless.
Good night.
I do not open this up to questions. I save that part for a breakaway meeting so that I would encourage you to get with the rep that invited you and ask them the tough stuff. They'll be more than happy to help you. I'm Fred Lenosa. Good night and God bless.